All right, 3 tips for those who are new to adulting. This doesn't necessarily mean college students. It could be somebody who is just moving out on your own. Whatever it is, if you're new to adulting, here are 3 small tips. Plus, I have a little bonus fourth thing at the end for you. First of all, figuring out meals can be stressful, so do it weekly. I have a number of videos on strategies for this, ways to help you save money, ways to help you save time. But this is actually a big time sucker and a big money sucker if you don't plan ahead. So, since it's an unpleasant thing and it can be frustrating, doing it as infrequently as possible will help you. Go watch some of my videos on the channel about this. I'll also link to a couple in my description. Number 2, find a great budget software to keep on top of spending. This is not your credit card statement. This is not your checking account, because those only reflect where you have been spending. What you need to do first is establish a budget and decide how much you will spend in each area, and then match that up with what you've been doing. I'm a huge fan of Mint. It's a free software from Intuit. I have no kind of relationship with them whatsoever. It's just worked the best for me, and I've used a number of different things. So, as I said, number 2, find a great budgeting software. Number 3, remember periodic and emergency spending and have funds set aside. Again, I have a teaching on that on my channel, but if you want a really quick thumbnail just to kind of get a sense, see things like you're going to need to replace your tires periodically. You pay your auto insurance every 6 months if you want to get a discount. I prepay our propane because we live in the country. So if you're moving from the city to the country, this was something I was not ready for either. To save a lot of money. In fact, you can save about, what is it? I just got the letter today, 5% if you prepay and pay cash. So by setting the money aside and paying myself every month into my savings account, I have the money today to write the check for my propane all the way through the winter, which is going to save me 20 cents per gallon all winter long. That's a lot when I'm getting about 300 or 400 gallons per month during the peak winter months. Go ahead and do that math yourself. So when you have a lot to think about as an adult on your own, somebody making all the decisions yourself, the things that we like the least or are the most sporadic are the ones that fall through the cracks and get missed. And these become the emergency expenses when they didn't need to be. Or these become the, oh crud, I've got to do that today. See, I know the first or second week of August, every year, I get a letter from the propane company saying, hey, if you pre-buy, then you can save money. Last year, I was nailed with a whole bunch of unexpected expenses that were equal to 1 full month's pay. It was huge. So I was not able to prepay on my propane. I had to go on I forget what it's called, but a budgeted thing. So if I would have been on the budgeted thing this year, I would have paid 20 cents a gallon more for my propane than I'm paying this year. And as an added, opposite of bonus, you have to pay cash. You can't use your credit card this year to get the prepaid discount. So because I learned last year, and I always prepaid it before, but last year there were a whole bunch of new expenses that hit me. We had to replace our air conditioner. We had to replace our front porch because it rotted and wood was at an all-time high. So those 2 things on top of a big expense for life insurance, premiums for a new policy, all hitting at the same time. Like I said, it was actually more than 1 month's salary. So pay those things ahead. And if you get nailed once, just learn from it and start to set it aside for the next year. So here's the bonus. Number 4, plan a budget to recharge. So you need to have recharging time every day, 15 minutes, decompress, debrief. Weekly, a 3 to 4 hour time period. So if it's just like a movie, like I have date night with my husband. When I was in college in the 90s, it was every Thursday night when Friends and all these other really funny sitcoms were on. And I didn't have any Friday classes. So Thursday night was my end of the week, chill out, watch something funny from the time I got home from work until I went to bed that night. It was just debrief on Thursday. And then annually, I have never been able to take vacations until last year when my youngest left home, and my husband and I had some surplus income finally that we could do that with because of some job changes. But prior to that, I had staycations every year. My kids would go to their grandparents for a week. Well, our kids would go to their grandparents for a week, and I would plan to do some fun things at home, go out to eat a few times a week, which is something we could never really do. We did it like once a month or twice a month, pizza, but we didn't really go out to eat frequently because we were such a huge family. But I did little things that were fun and special for me. So you might be able to do more, but at the very least, try to do those things. And if you set aside like $20 a month, then at the end of 12 months, you have $240. So even if you can't go out of town for a vacation, you can do an at-home staycation and have that $200 to do fun things, day trips, things in your community, go out to eat, get yourself something special. So those are the 3 tips for new adulting to help you out. If you need to review anything, go down into the description and I have the timestamps there for each of the things. You can also go look at the other videos. I'll have the link in the description as well. Share in the comments some of your things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.